All right, and I say Libra rising and sun. So for you guys, the Sagittarius new moon is happening in your third house. And one of the things I'm seeing, I'm getting a little bit of like contrasting message between two different energies, which to me means that there is a balance of these two. One of the messages is that any new moon in the third house tends to bring up a lot of activity, a lot of busyness. Maybe we're traveling, or maybe we have a lot of errands to run, or a lot of friends to visit. There's just a sense that things are moving faster and that we are maybe more mobile or more active than usual. And that's definitely something I'm seeing with also the Eight of Wands and the Chariot card, where I feel like you guys are feeling maybe really inspired and a little bit clearer, as the third house also rules our mind. So having a new moon here can plant a seed of clarity around maybe something that inspires you, or some action steps you want to take, or ways that you want to move forward in life. So that's what I'm seeing, is like things progressing that maybe have felt like they weren't. So for example, if you have felt held back in any kind of way, maybe you have been feeling sick, or maybe you have been really tired, or you haven't had enough clients, or you have just been busy with the wrong things. I see this starting to shift and bringing more energy into your life, and things progressing in a really solid way. If things have felt really uncertain, I think that's coming into more clarity now. However, there is still some confusion that's happening with this moon squaring Neptune in your sixth house. So this could still mean that there are still unresolved things in regards to either health, work, or routine. There could be some open ends, some question marks still, but there's something that I feel like is becoming a little bit more tangible or solid that is able to help you again start to pick up the pace and move forward and gain momentum in your life. So not everything will be clear. No, some things will still be confusing, but there's enough solid ground to feel like, okay, I'm progressing, even though I don't know the full outcome of this, or when this whole thing is going to end, or whatever it is. But I'm able to now feel like, okay, I'm getting somewhere. I'm finally gaining some traction. The other message that I'm seeing is a lot more of an emotional one, with this Temperance and the Page of Wands. So the Temperance to me is really saying, or Page of Cups, sorry. The Temperance to me is saying that there's a balance here of needing to make headway and needing to make space for yourself, space for taking things slow. So I see you moving fast, but needing to balance this out with rest, needing to lean on things that also inspire you. So doing art, or spending time with people that you love. There's a need for like the feminine and the soft Cancerian energy to come into your life, to nurture yourself, and to make sure that you stay in balance and in moderation and in peacefulness, while keeping an elevated pace in life. So you might accomplish more in a day than usual. You might have really cool ideas that you want to act on and feel really inspired and energized, but just balancing that out with this other side of yourself that really wants to be nurtured. And this is important because this new moon is going to make a quincunx to Uranus in the eighth house. And this can be a little bit emotionally disruptive. Anything in the eighth house can indicate that things are kind of shaking up, where we might have felt some emotional blocks, especially if you have had anything that you've been kind of worried about or fearful about. Those things can be shaken up right now for you to address them. And it's trying to get you to manage your life and manage your mind in a way that maybe feels intuitive, but also like productive. So gentle, but also firm at the same time. It's like embodying these contradictions. This new moon is also trining the North Node in your seventh house. So you guys are going through a period right now where you are meant to be developing your relationships and focusing on important contracts or connections with people that can help you grow as a person. So the things that you're doing right now, the way that you're progressing your life, the way that you're moving things forward is ultimately going to funnel into these relationship endeavors, or these relationship changes, or these contract developments in your life. So that might be a longer conclusion. It might take you a longer time to see how they're connected, but the things that you're producing, working on, being productive with now are going to ultimately benefit the growth of your relationships, even if indirectly. So you guys also have Mercury in the fourth house, sextiling Venus in the second, and trining Jupiter in the eighth. So it's a really good time to focus on creating a little bit of like a nest So really making sure that your home looks the way you want it to look, and maybe spending money on enhancing your home in some kind of way. It's a time to feel very comfortable in the environment that you're in. And I think this has something to do with the nurturing energy that I was getting. I'm seeing a soft energy with a firm energy. So the soft energy is you making that nest, making your beautiful home, making maybe a warm soup or decorating your house and soft blankets. There's something here where it's like, I'm going to take care of myself, take care of my body, take care of my home environment. And then this other version of yourself that is very productive and on schedule and getting things done, and is making necessary changes that you need to make as well in your life or in your routine. I feel like you guys also will feel a little bit more spiritually involved or a little bit more open psychically around this period of time with Jupiter moving through your 8th house. This is probably something that's been going on, to be honest. So things that have been psychologically building up that have been unaddressed can kind of pile on towards, throughout this year when Jupiter is in Taurus in your 8th house. And it's really asking you to look at anything that has not been addressed that could be psychically accumulating in your life. And this period of time is a good time for a release of that with the quincunx to Uranus in the 8th house. And with the supportive energy of Jupiter here, it's a positive release and transmutation of that energy so that these things don't, again, build up and create toxicity in the body or difficulty in your life. So that is what I'm seeing for you guys. I mean, Venus in your 2nd house, I guess the last thing I'll mention is definitely a heavy focus on finances right now. You might be wanting to create financial stability, and with it opposite Jupiter, sometimes we can indulge a little bit too much. So that's the only thing I would warn against. But even with an opposition with Jupiter and the extravagance of that, it's still a positive transit for you. So this is a time where things are feeling a little bit more up and optimistic, and things might be coming to a head where you are gaining clarity or you're making decisions and you're moving things forward and also bringing your life into balance. So that's what I'm seeing for you, Libra. Before you go, I wanted to let you know I'm doing healer interviews. So if you are a therapist, a massage therapist, a Reiki practitioner, anything that helps heal people body or mind, I'm creating some kind of astrology thing that will help these individuals. So if that fits your prototype, your identity, I would love to interview you. And in exchange for a half an hour to an hour of your time, I will provide you a 2024 forecast that is personalized to you. So if you're interested in that, definitely hit me up at contact@willowsbloom.com and type healer interview in the subject. And I hope to see you there. Bye.